Hello guys, this is Mark from Changeworks. So I hope that you are well. Another little quick one. Kevin and myself had a bit of a chat, and as you know, you've heard me mention his name a couple of times now. And on our trip to London, I know I'm talking a lot about London, and we just had a whopping time talking about a load of things. And one of the things that we spoke about was nuances. Now, it's a word I've heard before, and it's a word that I've used before, and the way that Kev tried to make it clear to me in a way that at least I could understand it was nuances are those linguistic abilities that we employ in order to make sense what we're saying and how we go about saying it. And his comments were, everybody in the world is nuanced. We have to be nuanced, because otherwise we would have zero communication skills. Nil. And of course, at this point, I was completely confused, and I didn't quite understand what he was on about until he said this. One of his friends or associates or someone once said, you can't say two positive words to have a negative impact. And he just went, "You're right." Just like that. "You're right." And it kind of dawned on me that we can say positive things but have a question kind of tonality behind it, asking another kind of question in terms of, oops, I wonder if I've said that right. And in the greater context of where that conversation came from was, when we just type or write, in order to maintain our relationships, we lose so much in terms of nuance. Because nuance is the non-verbal conversations by, our facial expressions, our hand gestures, our shoulders, whatever the case might be. We're communicating non-verbally in a nuanced way. But added to that nuance one criteria, we also nuance our conversation in the sense of tonality, pauses, pacing, pitch, and all these kind of things. See what I mean? And when you write, say, an email or a letter, you don't get any of those nuances that brings about meaning within the context of the conversation, the content that we are trying to bring across. You just read words on a piece of paper, or virtual paper, as in what I mean by that is a screen. And it made me think about how important it is for us to have relationships with real people. Not just the fact that I can pick my phone up and I can ring someone, but actually have tactile conversations and tactile interactions with people where I can actually sit next to them, sit opposite them by a table or whatever. Because the nuanced conversation is so important if we want any kind of relationship to blossom and bloom. Take nuance out, it is similar to the air being sucked out of a relationship so that nothing gives it life. And I want to encourage you that when you notice how important we are in our way of communicating, not necessarily what we say, but more so the way that we say it, you realize just how important these little things we do and how we say what we say, how important it is to make our relationship flourish, or maybe not, depending on how you go about your way of building relationships. Conclusion: people need nuances. People need enrichment in relationships, and communicating is but one way. That's it. That's all I want to say at this point. After you've done the comment, share, subscribe, hit the bell, pick all, but the YouTube admin, as I so often refer to it as, would like to hear your opinions, your points of view on this particular video, as well as all the others. But for now, this is Mark from Change Works. Guys, I'll speak to you soon.